Hello and welcome to day 4 of a Play Sheet Podcast's team breakdowns for the 2021 NFL Draft. Yesterday we had the Panthers and the Bengals, so hopefully today we can discuss some teams whose needs aren't everything. We're starting off with the Chicago Bears. Now the Bears have the 20th overall pick, the 52nd and the 84th, and they have a 5th round pick and 4 6th round selections. Their 4th rounder was traded to the Vikings to move up in last year's draft, while 2 of their 6th round picks are compensatory for the losses of free agents HaHa Clinton-Dix, Nick Kwiatkowski, Chase Daniel, Kevin Pierre-Louis, and Nicholas Williams. Assuming they do not trade down, this will be the first time the Bears are selecting in round 1 since 2018. Now, despite finishing only 8-8 in 2020, the Bears made the playoffs, falling to the New Orleans Saints in the wildcard round. The offense will look markedly different in 2021 after the front office decided to move on from Mitch Trubisky, picking up Andy Dalton in free agency. On this side of the ball, the team could certainly do with adding a wide receiver to complement the franchise-tagged Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, while left tackle has also been a problematic area for some time now. The Bears do not have a single tackle on the roster contracted after the 2021 season. Dalton is not the quarterback of the future. However, due to their position in the draft, the Bears won't be addressing that on day 1. Defense has been a strength for the Bears in recent years, but there is definitely a sense of urgency now around the cornerback position. Kyle Fuller was released. He was a salary cap casualty, and so far the team have only brought in Desmond Trufant as a replacement, and he should definitely be regarded as a downgrade. So what options will the Bears have with their 20th overall pick? As we touched on with the Cardinals, it is unlikely that the 3 most fated cornerbacks will still be on the board at that stage. If Farley's injury history is of enough concern to enough front offices, then he may possibly slide that deep. However, it's far more likely that Northwestern's Greg Newsome will be available when the Bears are on the clock. Newsome has injury concerns of his own and didn't play a full season of college ball, but his skills and length should appeal. It's hard to identify other targets for the Bears in round 1 that wouldn't be considered reaches at this stage. Oklahoma State tackle Tevin Jenkins may be available, but his lack of athleticism and wingspan suggests that he may be better suited to the interior. My view is that Longhorn Samuel Cosmi is a better option at tackle, with his length and range setting him apart. The issue for the Bears is that he would be considered a reach at 20, though in all truth he probably wouldn't be available going into round 2. Going into day 2, the Bears may well target a wide receiver with their 52nd overall pick. Rondale Moore is rising up draft boards and generating a lot of buzz, particularly after his recent Pro Day performance. However, it cannot be overstated enough that he only played 7 games in the last 2 seasons due to injury. In my view, a better alternative possessing similar upside but without as many red flags would be Mississippi's Elijah Moore. Despite being slightly undersized, Moore would be a plug-and-play starter in the slot, complementing Robinson and Mooney on the boundary. Now, the Bears might pull the trigger on a quarterback at the end of day 2. Current projections have 5 quarterbacks going off the board in or around the first half of round 1, with none dropping as far back as 20th. After those guys, it's probable we won't see another signal caller going until somewhere into round 3. Kyle Trask and Kellen Mond would be the options here, and don't be surprised if we see the Bears move up if needed in order to secure one of these guys. Now, the Bears have a very clear set of needs entering this year's draft. They are cornerback, wide receiver, tackle, and quarterback. It would be a significant surprise to me if we don't see at least 3 of those needs addressed by the end of day 2. That's the Bears.